Today we have a much sadder video than usual. It's one that is very unfortunate to make because this is such a very tragic situation that's unfolded, and it sucks that we even have to respond to something this stupid, especially when it's being attributed to something as serious as what just happened. But I think that this is a continuation of like a societal issue where, obviously here in the United States, we have a problem with these mass casualty events. They happen way too often. And society here, we've been kind of looking for an answer, right? We've been trying to figure out what is the best way to approach this problem and to solve it for once and all, right? But unfortunately, in the midst of these conversations, which are uncomfortable in the first place, we'll constantly have people like, well, the New York governor that we'll be talking about today, who attempt to draw attention away from the real problem in a moment where people really need to come together and show each other that, hey, we as a society are going to handle this. We're going to come together, we're going to fix this problem. We constantly have these outliers that use their time to speak, their position and power, to completely distract from the real issue of what's going on. So, I'm assuming most of you by now have heard about the mass shooting that unfolded in Buffalo, New York yesterday, where at least 10 people were killed. This was a racially motivated attack. The shooter was actually espousing white supremacist ideals in his manifesto and on social media in the months beforehand. This person was a complete fucking scum of the earth. I don't think there's really another way to put it. This person is the lowest of the low. The fact that they still breathe air on this planet is a detriment to us all. There's honestly a lot to talk about when it comes to this event because it is different than a lot of the other shootings that we see here in the United States. This one was done specifically with racial and ethnic hatred in mind. The targets were deliberately picked as of right now. I believe out of the casualties, 11 of them were black and 2 of them were white. It's a dark moment in history, man. Like, it's just so fucking sad that we really live in a society where we kind of deal with these issues, right? Where we have to go through this constant trauma as a society. And the fact is, there is responsibility at the end of the day. People do bear responsibility. And of course, the person who did this bears the vast majority of the responsibility of what's gone on. Now, of course, there's debate on what else is responsible for this. People blame guns. People blame his ideology. People blame the person himself. People blame mental illness. There's a lot of things that you can use as a reason for why this happened. But what I don't think is constructive and what I don't think is even realistic is to blame Twitch for what happened, and that's quite literally what's going on here. So, if you did not know, during the shooting, the shooter decided to live stream the event on Twitch, which meant that, there was obviously recording of what happened. It was being live streamed live on Twitch. I don't know if people watched it live or what the whole deal is with that, but all the clips I've seen so far have been before he went inside the store, and now the governor of New York is blaming Twitch for what happened, at least calling them an accomplice, putting some of the guilt onto Twitch in a situation that had no involvement from Twitch on their end other than the fact that some piece of shit used their website to do something fucking heinous. So, New York Governor Kathy Hochul called streaming site Twitch an, quote, accomplice in the racially motivated murder of 10 people at a supermarket in Buffalo on May 14th. I've bleeped out the name of the shooter because I don't believe this person deserves to be fucking hero-sized and, have his name paraded around in the media as if he's some sort of fucking hero when in all reality this person shouldn't even be on our planet anymore. So, the shooter live streamed his massacre on the social media platform, which is primarily used by video gamers, but Hochul said Twitch had enabled killers like the person to glorify their crimes to huge audiences and possibly encourage others to copy them. So, alright, no in pretty much every way. So, no, Twitch did not enable this guy to glorify his crime to a huge audience. They simply offer video hosting basically through live streams, and a piece of shit used it to his ability. Let's ignore the fact that, every day, probably tens if not hundreds of thousands of streams on Twitch go on without any sort of problem. Nobody gets harmed. No danger whatsoever, right? But of course, when the one moment happens where somebody uses a platform like this in a way that it's not intended to be used, now we have people in government trying to blame it because, that's the easy way out. That's what it really comes down to here, The governor's not even just so stupid to blame Twitch or list it as an accomplice in this situation. I genuinely feel like this is intentional ignorance basically done in order to distract people from the real issue. Because the real issue at hand here is the fact of the matter, this guy was a white supremacist. There's no way to sugarcoat it. This guy wrote a 160 6-page manifesto where repeatedly throughout it, he claimed shit like white people were being bred out of existence and, he had to basically fucking kill these people because he considered them like an invading force or something fucking ridiculous. This guy was garbage. And he had garbage fucking ideas that serve no purpose other than to divide people and to create hatred. But yet when you have people like that roaming around fucking killing people in supermarkets, you have governors out here blaming a video game streaming website because this asshat decided it was a good place for him to stream it. And what's so shitty about the fact of this is exactly what this guy fucking wants. He wants everybody to be divided on the issue. He wants everybody to fight. He wants everybody to argue and not get along on this because his ultimate goal was literally to create division in society based on racial guidelines, right? But now he's over fucking achieving because not only has it divided people more racially, now people are divided on what's the fucking root cause of it, even though this piece of shit literally told everybody what the root cause of it was. But it's easier to just blame Twitch, they're an accomplice because this guy streamed some crazy shit on their website. Do you blame the car manufacturers when they get in a fucking car accident when someone drives a Ford into someone's Chevy? Do you see Ford and Chevy getting fucking blamed for it? Like, what kind of society do you live in where people are out here and literally the mental gymnastics are, it's not the guy's fault that he went and got a gun and killed a bunch of people because he was a racist fucking asshat. It's Twitch's fault because they let him live stream it on their website. Newsflash, you fucking morons. There's no way Twitch could have known that this guy was gonna fucking do this. Like, this is such common sense, right? Like, there's so much shit going on Twitch at any given moment because it's such a massive platform, yet people genuinely believe that they're supposed to police their platform 100%. There's a fucking Twitch mod in every stream watching the content. Is that what these people think? I don't know what the fuck. They probably don't even know how the website works. Like, this is a governor. I just looked it up and this woman is 63 years old. Do you think she knows fucking anything about Twitch? Do you think she's even watched a Twitch live stream in her life? She probably doesn't even use the fucking internet, let alone know what Twitch is and understand the implications of what she's saying, which leads me to a whole completely different problem. People like this love to fucking talk and throw their 2 cents in, I guess is the best way to put it, on shit like this. They say, of course, it's Twitch and whatnot that's responsible, not white supremacy and shit like that, of course, because that would be, the convenient way out to just say that this guy was a piece of shit for being a white supremacist. We gotta find another reason to blame this, we gotta find someone else to blame this shit on. So, do you really think that Kathy Hochul at what, 63 is knowledgeable on this situation enough to be giving her fucking insight? A source told DailyMail.com Saturday that the clip had been removed in under 2 minutes from when it was first uploaded, but that cut little ice with Hochul, who said it should have been wiped within seconds. The governor told the media in the aftermath of the shooting, quote, "The social media platforms that profit from their existence need to be responsible for monitoring. They can, in a sense, become an accomplice, if not legally, but morally. No, they can't." But she continued, "These outlets must be more vigilant in monitoring social media content, and certainly the fact that this act of barbarism, this execution of innocent human beings, could be live streamed on social media platforms and not taken down within a second says to me that there's a responsibility out there. And we're going to continue to work on this and make sure those who provide those platforms have a moral and ethical, and I hope to have a legal responsibility to ensure that such hate cannot populate these sites. You are fucking worthless at your job." I can think of a lot of different things that we as a society need to address first before we address Twitch didn't delete this quick enough for my liking. First and foremost, if you know anything about how these websites work and how the internet works in general, you would know the fact that they got this deleted in under 2 minutes is fucking miraculous. That is genuinely the best possible outcome for this kind of situation. Under 2 minutes, that is impressive in terms of how quickly they got this piece of shit off the air. And you're mad they didn't get it down within a second? Please join fucking reality. Please come back to planet Earth. Fucking Earth to Kathy Hochul. It's time for you to come back to fucking reality now. Yeah, because that's what's gonna happen, right? They're just gonna figure out how to do that, right? Okay, Kathy, since you seem to know so much about the subject here, and you seem to know what the fuck you're talking about Twitch and all this, please direct us to the technology that makes it possible to, within 1 second, determine if an event is a live-streamed mass shooting by a white supremacist and cut it off the air, go ahead and tell me what technology we use for that. When you fucking point me to one that actually functions, maybe you can have a fucking say in this, but until then, please shut up and stop trivializing the people who were just fucking butchered by a piece of garbage. It genuinely gets so frustrating that here in the United States, every time something like this happens, you know, you have people who, instead of blaming it on mental illness or white supremacy or whatever the fucking case may be, guns, whatever you want to blame it on, regardless of whatever you fucking think, the fact is there's people out there who blame it on movies, music, video games, the internet. It's like, can you please just shut the fuck up when you don't know what you're talking about? Do the rest of us a favor and just stop talking. Can we please stop trivializing issues like this by giving them bullshit scapegoats that don't make sense? And can we actually address this problem head on as a fucking unified society so we can not worry about doing this again? People should not have to live in fear of their lives when they leave the house. Regardless of what political ideology or anything you have, I think we can all agree you should not have to worry about going into a supermarket and being killed by some lunatic who had a bad day and, you know, just walked in with his fucking AR and killed a bunch of people. There's obviously something at fault here. There's something that's causing all of this to happen constantly. But guess what that thing isn't? Twitch. Video games, music, anything, any entertainment form or whatever you want to blame. Can we please just figure it out and actually, instead of, you know, pointing at Twitch and saying they should be legally, if not morally responsible, maybe you as the governor of New York, where this took place at, might I add, could do your fucking job and actually address the problem. Oh no, because then you have to work, right? Then you have to do something. You actually don't get paid to do that, right? So what the fuck ever, dude. It's so stupid. You know, I heard it, I saw it, and I was like, you know what? No. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. It's unfortunate what happened. I'm going to be looking into some charity events and whatnot to try and see if we can raise some money for the people in Buffalo and whatnot. My thoughts and prayers, obviously, are with everybody who's been affected by this tragedy. Hopefully one day we'll never have to worry about stuff like this happening again. But with that being said, until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, not blaming Twitch, and signing out.